let's talk about your favorite candidate running for president right now, okay? You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. What do you got to say about that?
You're a lying dog-faced
pony soldier.
You are. So Joe Biden, Biden is what we discussed here with Ron on Friday. we he literally told us not to vote for him again. He said, if you believe the people who believe Tara Reid, well, I wouldn't vote for me if I believed Tara Reid. So again, I believe Tara Reid, so I guess I'm not voting for him because he told me to. So these are all the times that Joe Biden has told people not to vote for him, and this goes back a while. And he, of course, they mentioned what I just said. But on November 8th, 1979, while stumping for the Democratic candidate Joe, you say that, Mangini, in a Delaware General Assembly special election, then Senator Biden told voters, take a look at him. If you like what you see, vote for Joe. If not, vote for the other guy.
Let me say that. Take a look at him. If you like what you see, I can't even get my Joe voice on. And you know the thing, if you like what you see, vote for Joe. If not, vote for the other guy.
Okay, do the next one.
Okay. Well, I just want to do when it says his voice.
Okay, fine. So April 16th, 1987. During his 1988 presidential campaign, Biden told a group of voters at a campaign event in Iowa,
please, look me over.
And if they don't like what they see,
just vote for the other guy. Did he do that again? How many times did he say, just vote for the other guy? I'm like, is this a typo?
Oh, okay. So, July 2018, during his second run for president, Biden once again told voters in Iowa,
if you like what I say, vote for me. If you don't, vote against me.
Okay, wait.
Oh, my God, this guy is too much.
Sorry, that was 2007. March 23rd, 2012, while campaigning for Obama's re-election, Biden told a crowd in Florida,
when you look at Barack and me, when you look at our opponents, take our measure, and then recited a familiar refrain. If you like what you see, vote for me. If not, vote for the other guy.
All right, 2019, Biden, 77, responded to voters' concerns about his age by declaring,
I say, if they're concerned, don't vote for me.
to a group of reporters in New Hampshire. And then November of 2019, Carlos Rojas. Oh, I love this one. An immigration activist pressed Biden in an event in South Carolina on the issue of deportations during the Obama administration. Biden told Rojas,
you should vote for Trump.
There you go. And and we've seen him on Ed Fallon on these climate positions. Biden said,
you have to vote for someone else. You have to go vote for someone else. You know the thing?
That's the thing. This is ridiculous. It's a joke. Okay, fine. We'll read the last one. May 4th, 2020, Biden said it on MSNBC interview that voters who believe Tara Reid's allegation he sexually assaulted her.
You probably shouldn't vote for me. And shouldn't said vote their heart. I wouldn't vote for me if I believe Tara Reid.
Okay, that was better, fam.
All right. Sorry.
No. So these are all the times Joe Biden has told you not to vote for him.
Don't vote for me.
So maybe we should listen to him. I mean, he's very emphatic about this whole thing. Like, he wants to make sure that if you don't agree with what he's saying, he's not going to offer you anything to convince you. He's not going to give you Medicare for all. He's not going to give you rent cancellation. He's not going to give you debt forgiveness. He's not going to do anything to go after your vote. So if you don't vote for him, if you don't like him, don't vote for him.
Yeah.
That's it.
If not, vote for the other Biden. Wait, I'm the only Biden. My name is Joe Biden. I'm running for senator. Oh, wait, I'm not running for senator.
Is this a joke? Are we?
No.
Are we in? I don't know where we're at anymore.
We're in Rick and Morty land. Can we watch Rick and Morty again? That Rick
and
Morty was so friggin'. You know what I'm saying?
It was weird.
Morty, you're 14 years old. You watch YouTube shows of guys watching YouTube.
Should we do a YouTube video? Should we do a show where we're just watching YouTube?
Take us down sometimes. Rick and Morty's probably watched like crazy at the gate.
I just wanted to quickly mention, Bernie Sanders is asserting that the majority of his supporters will vote for Joe Biden.
It's not true.
I
didn't click.
So
on
he thinks it's just funny to me because it's really not true. So he told this reporter on Sunday that Joe Biden is not doing enough, and he's right about that, to attract his supporters. But he still thinks the vast majority of them will consider Trump as the most dangerous president in modern history, blah, 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 blah.
Too bad he said that shit in the middle of his fucking campaign that he thinks they'll vote for him. What a stupid asinine thing to say.
That it was a very stupid thing to say. And he said, and this is what they said, your former campaign manager, Jeff Weber, put out a memo this week where he warned that Vice President Biden is falling far short with your supporters. The supporters who supported you during the primary campaign that he's going to need in November. Is he right about that? And this was George Stephanopoulos who asked him on ABC's This Week. He said, Bernie Sanders said, I think at the end of the day, they will be voting for Joe Biden.
Disgusting.
But I think that Joe is going to have to do, and he's beginning to move in that direction, is to say that those working class people, say to those young people, say to those minorities, listen, I understand your situation, he added. He said, I think they're going to reach out to our supporters and come up with an agenda that speaks to the needs of working families.
Never going to happen.
Of young families, of minority communities.
Never going to happen.
Yeah.
It's never going to fucking happen.
Yeah, I agree. It's not.
Let's talk about the campaign. Your former campaign manager, Jeff Weaver, put out a memo this week where he warned that Vice President Biden is falling far short with your supporters, the supporters who supported you during the primary campaign that he's going to need in November. Is he right about that? And what does the vice president have to do about it?
Look, I think at the end of the day, the vast majority of the people who voted for me, who supported me, will understand and do understand that Donald Trump is the most dangerous president in the modern history of this country. He's a pathological liar. He's a racist and a sexist, a homophobe, etc. And I think at the end of the day, they will be voting for Joe Biden. But I think what Joe is going to have to do, and he's beginning to move in that direction, is to say to those working class people, say to those young people, say to those minorities, listen, I understand your situation. You know, I understand that you are graduating college with tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars in debt. I understand that you don't have any health insurance. I understand that you're working at a job that is paying $12 an hour and you can't get by on that. We got to raise that minimum wage to a living wage. You know, I understand that you're concerned about not only the pandemic, but you're concerned about climate change and how we make sure that the world comes together to address the existential threat and in the process create millions and millions of good paying jobs. I understand that you're concerned about the racism within our criminal justice system and our immigration system. So I think that Joe and his staff understand that. I think they are going to reach out to our supporters and come up with an agenda that speaks to the needs of working families, of young families, of minority communities.
Okay,
right.
I just.
I mean, it's so fucking so stupid.
Wait, pause that. It doesn't matter how many times Joe Biden tells me he understands when there is no action taken. I don't know why Bernie thinks that Joe Biden's people are going to somehow offer us Medicare for all, are going to somehow change their mind and become progressives overnight. Like, what? Why would they do that if so many in the Democratic Party have already said, well, you have to vote for Joe anyway? Like, you have to vote for him. Why would we do that? We have no leverage. We have nothing. The only thing we can demand is outside of the electorate, and literally the only thing we have is our vote. We're not going to give that up just because some Joe Biden spokesperson says, okay, well, we'll consider some debt forgiveness. We'll consider some Medicare for all. Like, that's not enough. And I don't know where he's getting this idea that they're going to do this. It's very naive. It's very naive.
Fam, all the policies. Oh, just so what if he was pushed for the Iraq war? You know, you're going to believe him now. So what if he wrote the crime bill? Now he's going to tell you he's going to do something different, so you're going to believe him. So what if he was the first one who talked about building a fence tall before Trump even came onto the scene?
Yep.
But now you should believe him. So what if he pushed for regime change in Ukraine? Now all of a sudden we're supposed to believe this fucking guy?
Fam, all of the things he has said about Trump, a racist, sexist, homophobe, all of this, that literally applies to Joe Biden. Like, you can't say that now because Joe Biden is the same thing. If you want to call Trump that, you have to call Joe Biden that because he fits the whole narrative. He's got sexual assault accusations from like at least 8-9 different women. So does Donald Trump. And his are more serious, by the way. And if we're comparing here, you're talking about homophobia. Joe Biden believed marriage was between a man and a woman up until recently. He was VP to a president that also believed that. Why aren't we calling Obama a homophobe? Or Hillary Clinton for that matter? And then, sexist, the whole Tara Reade thing. Racist, his work with segregationists, the crime bill. That is racist. That is a different kind of racism. It is legal racism.
No, it is. Yeah.
And so that's...
Same with his bankruptcy bill.
Exactly.
That's a class warfare all on its own. He made it harder for poor people to get more safety nets to help them out, to take them out of bankruptcy, to take them out of debt. He's the one who worked on these things. And Ukraine, we didn't even talk about it.
We didn't even talk about Ukraine.
Jesus Christ.
And the thing is, you cannot right now during this primary where Trump's ratings are going up and Joe Biden's are going down, really lead with, yes, they're going to vote for Biden because Donald Trump is the most dangerous. You're leading with the argument that Donald Trump is a reason to vote for Joe Biden and nothing else. And that is a dead argument. It's a dead argument in the water. We need to demand more. Joe Biden has not at all even tried to reach out to the progressives because they think that we're going to vote like Bernie. They're delusional in thinking that we're going to vote for Joe Biden anyway with nothing. And that's not the case. And I don't give a damn who Joe Biden's VP is. It doesn't matter. No. I don't care. That's a powerless position that really it's just inconsequential anyway because we don't think Joe Biden's going to beat Donald Trump anyway. Yeah, no, it's all bullshit. This is so naive of Bernie.
It's stupid.
It's so naive.
This is your legacy, pal. This is your I love this guy. This guy got us on. We're sitting here in the show because of him.
That's
but
the
this
thing.
is just sad to see what you have become and what you're doing and what you're pushing right now. It's just really, really sad. Louise Brooks says, so the task force are going to get together and read Bernie and Tulsi's campaign plans? ? Waste of time, dem exit. You better believe it, Louise Brooks. Yep. Get the F out of here.
I'm with you.